What up, YouTube? It's IKG, formerly known as No Chains, and I am back with another commentary, and this is another episode of my UCLA Bruins Dynasty here in NCAA Football 14. And in this matchup, we are facing off against the Aggies of New Mexico State. And look at their rankings compared to ours. This should not be a difficult game for Brett Hundley and our defense. I mean, they just don't match up well. I mean, there's no other way to say it. We're ranked number 15 after our win versus Nebraska. Even though it was only a 3-point win, we ended up moving up a spot, I believe, just one spot. So we're number 15, top 15 in the nation. So that's very good. A key point about this game is that we have two of our defensive tackles visiting during this game, so I think we get bonuses if our defensive line gets 2 sacks or 3 sacks. So Cassius Marsh, who is now an impact player, I might add, is going to be on the prowl trying to harass this quarterback all day, trying to get him on the ground. As you guys see, Brett Hundley comes onto the field after tossing 3 touchdowns in the last game versus Nebraska. So that was a decent game. He did have a rough day, if you ask me. I'm trying to get him into the Heisman race, but he threw 2 interceptions. I believe one was returned for a touchdown. So I labeled it as a rough day. As you guys see, he's going to go up deep to Shaq Evans. He's going to throw out the stiff arm, trying to get into the end zone, but instead he will be dragged out after a gain of 63. And he gets us inside the 20-yard line, and we're going to run a read option, and Brett Hundley will just walk into the end zone for an 11-yard touchdown run. So immediately we go up 7-0. I mean, it was a third down conversion, that deep 63-yard pass, but we're not having any trouble, it looks like. And Cassius Marsh almost gets an interception. He is so good at sniffing out those screen passes. As you guys see, they're faced with a 3rd down and 10. Joseph Matthews will get the reception, but they will not be able to get a first down. So Brett Hundley, we have struggled to protect Brett in this season so far. In our first 2 games, he has taken a lot of hits. So as the season goes on, we're going to try to sort of change the play calling around so that he doesn't take as many hits. I mean, he slides when he does run most of the time, or he runs out of bounds, but we have to do some different blocking schemes to get him better protection. As you guys see, he's going to scramble out. This time he will not slide. He will shrug off the tackle of number 41 right there, and he will get a new set of downs. And Brett Hundley is going to go to Devin Lucien, and he will put the ball on the ground, fumble on the play. So they would get the ball back at about the 10-yard line, and they're going to throw a screen to Morrison, and that will be sniffed out, and that will be no gain on that play. So 3rd down and 11. Colwell is back to pass. He shrugs off the tackle of Cassius Marsh. He's going to throw up this one, and it will be deflected by Dietrich Riley. But like I was saying, I really want Brett to take a lot less hits than he does. Maybe it doesn't help that I run the ball with him a lot, but I like running with him. He's a good rushing QB. I believe he leads our team in rushing, and that's going to bring me to another point as we get a great return by Shaq Evans on that play. And this time you see Brett Hundley hit him with a spin move, and he will go forward for another set of downs as he slides on the play. One thing I wanted to address with this team is the running back position. As you guys see, Jordan James, who also got a great reception on 3rd down, I believe, will take this screen pass into the touchdown for a 2nd touchdown on the day for this offense as we go up 14-0. And Cassius Marsh will bring down Caldwell for a sack. However, it will only be a loss of 3 yards, but that brings up a 3rd down. They're going to go for the screen again, and it has not worked thus far, but they're still going to stick with it and go for it a lot, especially on 3rd downs, and they will have to punt again. So the UCLA offense has a chance to break this lead wide open as Brett Hundley will scamper forward for a gain of 18. But like I said, the running back position, I'm not that sold on Jordan James. Although you guys think that I don't give him a lot of carries, because you don't see a lot of carries because he doesn't get a lot of big gains. As you guys see, a diving effort by Shaq Evans right there as he comes down with a 14-yard reception. But Jordan James is not that good of a running back. I mean, I give him chances, I run with him, and I give him, opportunities where the defense will focus on Brett Hundley, but he still can't find open running lanes. So I'm going to be trying to scout our running back position, our running back core, to find another running back that can maybe share the load with Jordan James. He's good out of the backfield, I will give him that. But as far as a runner, breaking tackles, I like running backs that are bruisers, that can fall forward, instead of falling backwards. I like elusive backs, but if I had to choose, I would choose a Alfred Morris type back rather than a Darren Sproles type back. Although they do have that explosion and that chance for a big play, I would still rather have a bruiser, especially for my scheme. I like to keep my running back in to block, and I also use my running back for a lot of short yardage situations like 3rd and 1s and stuff like that. So as far as my scheme, I would benefit better from a bruiser. So like I said, I'm going to scout our running back core and our depth chart to find a running back that fits my scheme better than Jordan James. Of course, Jordan James will still get some reps, but just not as many should I find a running back that fits better, as Jordan Payton catches a 15-yard touchdown catch right there. So we go up 28-7. We're up by 21 points right now, and this is looking like a blowout, but we struggle versus teams that are, pretty bad, so I'm not going to say this one is over until it's actually over. As you guys see, Jordan Bergstrom comes up with a diving catch right there. So they're in business on this drive, and they're going to go right back to him, and he will get leveled at the 20-yard line. So they're inside the red zone, 2nd down and goal. They're going to go for a read option with Caldwell, and he will be hit for a loss of 1 yard. And on 3rd down and goal, Caldwell with a nice pocket until Cassius Marsh, our stud defensive end, he's really progressed, and he would injure Caldwell on that play. So the backup will finish out this game. So that's more bad news for New Mexico right now. It's not looking like it's going to be a game, but then not only that, they lose their starting QB, and who knows for how long. I didn't check the injury report to find out, but that's no good news for the Aggies right now, as the UCLA Bruins are in business right now. They're going to hand it off to Jordan James, and he will fumble the ball, and it will be recovered by New Mexico. So if they could have came away with a touchdown on that drive, it would be 14-28, and then now they're on the move. They could cut it to 1 score, and Jordan James has to hold on to the ball. And on 3rd down and 10, they're forced with the backup QB will be hit, and he will lose the ball. So that will force another punt by this offense, and Hundley will be hit again, and that just goes back to what I talked to you guys about, how our offensive line has to protect better. That would pretty much stall our drive, so we would have to give it right back to them, and the backup quarterback King Davis III will throw an interception to go forth, and he will bring it to about the 50-yard line. So if we can get 2 quick completions, we are in business, and we can add on 3 points to this lead. So Hundley is going to hit Devin Fuller on the left side, and he will just barely get a foot down for a gain of 10. Then we're going to hit Bell over the middle, and we will finally burn our last time out, and we will try for a field goal. And field goal kicking is pretty hard for me on this game. I don't know why it's just so difficult, whereas Madden is pretty easy. But we will add on 3 points, and later in the 3rd quarter, we're going to go up to Devin Fuller. No team was able to score on their first possession of the second half, and here we are on our second one, and we're going to throw up a fade to Shaq Evans, and he will come down with it. The defense just was not there, and that will make Brett Hundley 18 for 23 with, I think that was 3 touchdowns thrown so far in this game, and he is looking really, really sharp right now. Only 5 incompletions, and I believe he had a drop or 2 in there, but you don't expect to see him for the full 4 quarters. You're going to see our backup offense come in, and if it continues on the pace that it's on right now, as you guys see, he will scramble, and he will get a nice game right there, getting us to around the 35-yard line. And on 1st down and 10 from the shotgun, he's pump faking. He's going to scramble out to the right side. No defender is there, and he's going to run out of bounds at about the 22-yard line. And on 3rd down and goal, after we advance it a little bit, Brett Hundley will be hit, and he will be stopped. So we will have to settle for a field goal right there. So we increase our lead to 31 points. And right when you thought it couldn't get any worse for the Aggies, they're going to throw an interception. And that puts Brett Hundley and his offense back in business, which will probably be his final drive of the day. Brett Hundley with a clean pocket will toss another touchdown throw. This time it is Devin Lucien, and that will cap off his day. 22 for 29, very high completion rating for him, and he's looked very, very Heisman worthy this game. As you guys see, Brandon Betancourt had a clear lane to the first down, but instead he tried to cut right, and that's going to bring in our backups right now. We have a lead of 38 points, and Millward will get a drop pass by our 5th wide receiver. I want to say that's in right now. And then we will have to kick the ball off. We will have to punt it, as we will fail on 3rd down. And we still have our starting defense in, by the way. I didn't feel like changing all the starters. But as you guys see, Printavious Moorhead, who has been very solid for the Aggies this game so far, will get them down in the red zone. And they're going to throw a touchdown to Paris Scoggins. And King Davis III will try to get some dignity on his day. He has had a terrible day so far. And we have him, Malcolm Jones, the running back, our backup running back. He's a freshman, redshirt freshman. And we're going to hand off to him right here on the left side. And he's going to break free. And he has room in front of him. He has one man to beat. And he will just barely scamper into the end zone. So that is a 39-yard touchdown run for him. And maybe this is the back I was looking for. Maybe we can find some gems in the backup offense. As you guys see, they will try that screen to Jeremy Morrison once again, and they will fail once again. And we're going to hand it off to Malcolm Jones again. And you guys see he's just running through defenders, or running through the blocks, I should say, and he'll get us down to around the 21-yard line. And on 3rd down and 3, he's going to get another lane, and he is taking advantage of his playing time. He will not back down from that touchdown. And he gets his 2nd touchdown in 1 quarter. So that being seen by you guys, and you guys seeing what he did in just 1 quarter, you guys will see the stats here in a second. Do you think he should get the start or not? I mean, it was versus a bad team, but he did do more than what Jordan James did in, less time than he had. But you guys are going to see the stats. The stats speak for themselves. Just let me know. I want you guys to let me know whether or not you want to see him start, you want to see more of Malcolm Jones, or you want to see more of Jordan James. I mean, he had 11 carries for 42 yards. I mean, same play calling. I don't know. So let me know. Devin Fuller had a great day. We didn't really see that out of him for the first 2 games. He had over 100 yards this game, 137 to be exact, and a touchdown. Shaq Evans, Devin Lucien also had touchdown receptions. Goforth led us in tackles and also had an interception, so he played very solid today. But I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. We should not move up too much in the AP polls, because this is, New Mexico State. And I believe that our D tackles that visited were very impressed. We got a lot of sacks with our D-line. And in my opinion, this is another great performance, Heisman-like performance for Brett Hundley. He strung a few together here in the early season. So you guys let me know if you think he deserves to be in the Heisman race. I'll be checking the stats and the Heisman race and everything in the next episode, showing you guys that before the next game. I may do it in a separate episode, so you guys just let me know what you guys want to see, and let me know if you think he deserves a look for the Heisman. And I believe he does. He's had a few good games. But I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.